Happy Halloween, ladies.
You just listen to the old Pork Chop Express here now and take his advice on a dark and stormy night when the lightning's crashing and the thunder's rolling and the rain.
Guardian of the Void, Lady Mist, the Lady Arwen Avalon, the Madman Mark the Infinitely Tired, MB Geek, let's talk, the Jester of Sin, Psychodorp 9! Happy Dinosaur 8K! The Clown Prince of Crime! Kendra L! Sean Estep! Shellback TJC! The Wrench of Wrenches, Chris Persia! Company! Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass! Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, everybody. With me today on Zerohour is my co-host, the alien himself, the mad, crazy, predator-looking motherfucker, Zeropium. Good morning, my friend.
Zero on Zerohour. Who'da thunk it, man?
Good morning.
Good morning, Loki. Good morning. Below me is the lovely Eris of Chaos, Loki's shield maiden. Good morning, chat. Great to see you all again, and we're ready to kick off another week.
Excuse me. I am not a shield maiden.
Oh God,
I am a
whatever.
fez cat and a goddess of chaos. Okay, get my
And a battle angel.
and a battle angel.
And a battle angel. Yeah.
If you shall name thee, you will
Oh my God.
name me by my correct titles, good sir.
Psychodorp 9 throws out a $5 super chat first thing this morning. Says final packing as we speak.
Ow.
I cannot wait to see you guys this weekend. It is going to be a party right up until Sunday.
Oh my
Guys,
God,
it's
that's
going
in
to
3
be
days.
absolutely crazy. Yeah, we're leaving Thursday. So, absolutely
okay.
crazy. I can't wait. Psychodorp 9. I cannot wait. MB Geek, let's talk with $5 super chat says the queen that never was. Now, that is how you make a fracking entrance. I'm just assuming that meant this is not going to be as smooth as they hope. No, absolutely not. And we'll get to that. There's going to be a lot of shaking up. And Chris Persia has become a member of Loki's Frost Giants. Thank you so very much, brother. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. All the members do. And all of you out there watching, clicking, share, hitting the thumbs up. Everybody out there keeps the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and this one is just for you guys. Skull! Chris Berger said, excuse me, Captain, you're in your demon Fez Cat form. So your full title would be Battle Angel Demon Fez Cat Goddess of Chaos.
That is true. That is true. Leave it to my first officer to actually know what my correct title is.
I am so lost.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody coming in. Good morning, Arwen. Good morning, Mac. What's up, dude? What is up?
Hello.
Machini.
Machini.
Good morning.
Machini?
Instead of man,
It's something.
Machini.
Mock Daddy.
Oh. That's
So good morning. Good morning to my wrenches. Mark Emily, Tired, Chris Version, and Josh. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, everybody out there. We're gonna get to it. We're getting to it. I know. We're not gonna leave
That's
you
so good.
hanging like, what are they doing? They're not talking about
They haven't talked about anything yet.
Right.
Eris and
That's
Zero
good.
haven't argued about Niagara Falls yet. What's going on? Oh man, we're here for some
Yeah.
dragons.
You're
Joker
gonna-
voice.
you're-
Go ahead.
It's fine.
Joker voice with $10 super chat. Maybe an unpopular opinion. Not my favorite episode. Cool dragon, but just spectacle. Larry's foot fetish scene and a major question. Where are the guards? Can I have a dragon? Keep talking.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. We'll get into that.
We're gonna get into
I
that.
liked it. And
it
Josh
was-
has slid in and said here, like he's in school.
It wasn't the best episode. But it
Ah!
was it definitely
A
was
very-
oh shit kind of episode. So okay, at the end of that, at the end of the last episode, at the end of episode 8, King Viserys, the peaceful is what they called him. King Viserys the
Mhm.
Peaceful dies in
Yeah.
bed. And this
Yeah.
is the morning after. Oh my god, they did an episode the next day instead of 6 years, instead of 3 years, instead of whatever. They did an
Yeah.
episode the next day, and the first thing you see is this little kid that runs down to the kitchen to get a kitchen made, and he whispers in her ear or something, and she goes and gets the queen, and tells the queen the king is dead. And they find
Don't
out
get
the
me
king.
started on that asshole. Sorry.
Sir Kristen Cole kills without
hate him.
impunity. What a shithead.
What a
He
shit.
is-
And we will.
If he
we
is
will
not
be,
dead
yes, we are going to
By
get
the
there.
end of this entire series, I will be so deeply offended.
Oh my. Oh my.
Maple
Zero,
Bear?
this message. This message is for you, my friend. So why don't you go ahead and read it out?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you for popping that up there while I had coffee in my mouth. I almost choked to death. That's awesome. Woggle-eyed Wendy says, Zero, don't listen to that skanky hoe Leia Rose. You're all mine, Maple Bear. Now, first off, not a bad nickname, kind of cool. Don't you ever use it again, though. I will kill you.
Cool. Not
Okay,
doing
no, hold on. Put that back up for a second, because I really got to point something out. If you are going to even attempt to claim me, which you have no chance in hell of doing anyway, you really got to work on your punctuation and proper grammar. Doesn't have an
Yeah.
apostrophe. Skanky ho Leia Rose. Oh my God, do we need that many exclamation points? Your
Yes.
that doesn't even have an apostrophe there either, and you really should have a comma after mine. And then either end that statement with a period or another exclamation mark. So F grade for you. Try again.
Ooh.
Wow. Who knew? Zero is secret. If you write him love
A
letters,
grammar
he
Yahtzee.
might.
Wow.
Yeah, he might hand
Wow.
them back with red pen and corrections on them.
Maple
Uh-huh.
bear with a side of bacon. Oh God. That sounds just like heaven. Anyway, all right, let's talk some fucking dragons.
Dragon.
Project Storytime, regardless if you are Team Green or Team Black, either way, both are just the worst people. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
okay, could you see here's something that got some people. There were some people that actually got last night that were
Right.
like, "Oh my god, Allison really didn't know what was going on." Bullshit. Allison knew exactly what was going on.
Are you
Allison knew
Mm.
exactly what the hell was going on. Allison knew that these people had been preparing for this for years, and she's like, I've been completely in the dark about. No, you haven't, bitch. No, you haven't. Don't give us that shit. Don't act like you didn't know. Don't and then try and change shit to how I'm going to try and do this the most peaceful way possible. Bullshit.
Wait,
She knew what daddy was up to. She knew what daddy was up to. She knew that daddy had a plan. She knew that daddy and the council were preparing for this. Don't give me that I'm shocked shit.
Oh, she just wants to use her son for her own means. When I was one of those people slightly shocked yesterday that you were speaking of, yeah, I thought she just used. I just thought she was using him for her own means. I thought that she didn't know quite exactly what her dad had planned because she's just a good little girl and she will do whatever her dad tells her to do regardless of what it is. But I think at the end of the day, she didn't. She. I don't think she really thought she had control, but I think she lied to herself enough. I'm under the impression
middle finger.
Oh my god! I don't know. Kristen Cole's up there too. It's so large.
Otto is middle finger. Okay, we had little finger in Game of Thrones. Now we have middle finger. So yes.
So we have Lars that'll do anything for some feet picks, and we have Otto Hightower that literally wants the Iron Throne.
Yeah,
and it's just doing a very roundabout way of doing it. So.
Chris Berger, Allison completely understands what's happening. She is her father's daughter.
All right. Yeah. How also Adega, yeah, I'll do your editing. Send me a manuscript. I'll get it back to you in about 3 years. That's how long it'll take. But anyway, I gotta ask real quick. How many of you were still I'll do it. Send it my way. How many of you were kind of still expecting and maybe a bit disappointed that there wasn't a wee bit more mutiny having to do with the king's death?
Oh, the one guy at council stood up and said something. And he got put down like right there.
Yeah, but but what I mean is like throughout the whole series, we're just
he is
cringing with
Otto
is king.
Otto is little Nicky's brother. Yes.
Yeah. We discovered that last week. I still can't get over that, but he's a good looking dude. So, I mean, we're going through this entire series thus far, and we're just loathing this king like, oh my God, what a shithead. And then he kind of gets sent off in his own little peaceful way. But throughout the whole thing, we're thinking, oh man, yeah, that king's going to die. Oh, the king's going to get killed. Were either of you kind of disappointed that that didn't happen at all? Or were you satisfied that he kind of got a decent send off?
He was only like 45 years old.
Yeah,
wow.
He got
a disease ravaged him.
He was only like 45 years old. At least that's how old he was in the book. He's not that old. He's not, I mean, all of that, originally it was poison. This is supposed to be like leprosy, but I'm not going to ignore the fact that this could have been the gray rats, which is the maesters. The maesters poisoned him. Okay, here's the deal. Here's something we know from the books. In the books, the maesters poisoned him. Okay? But the maesters also poisoned the dragons. The dragon keepers let the maesters come in, and the maester poison the dragons. That's why the dragons don't get bigger than like a chicken or a dog. That's why when Cersei's in the arena, in the dragon arena, and she talks about how the fact that in the end they weren't much bigger than a chicken or a dog. Those were the maesters that did that. The maesters poisoned the king, and the maesters dicked around with the dragons, all trying to weaken the Targaryens, all because of this religion. Multiple times in the history of Westeros, this religion, the Seven Septs, basically tried to take over everything away from the Targaryens. So it's pretty much like this family versus religion. And there are people behind the scenes that are either part of the Seps, part of the High Tower, part of different factions that want to usurp the Targaryen throne, or later the Lannisters from the throne, because they want control of everything. And they believe they're the ones who deserve it.
Mutiny!
It's always mutiny. It's always, yeah. And what happens with Robert Baratheon? Robert Baratheon gets killed boar hunting.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, but they got him so drunk. He was too
Yeah.
drunk to be out there hunting in the first place. They got him absolutely freaking wasted and then stuck him in front of a boar and were like, "Here, piggy."
Ziggy,
Go get it.
Gore. Yeah.
Ziggy
Do
Biggy.
it.
Man.
Yeah.
So let's hammer out that council scene when dude falls asleep at the table with his head in the plate. What a way to go that was.
Juggle Voice brings up the 7 Maesters Center of Knowledge, the Citadel, location of the Citadel, Old Town. What house controls Old Town? The High Towers.
Until Cersei blows that shit up.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Best thing Cersei ever did. and even more so now that I'm watching this show. So, just,
Okay,
God
so
damn.
let's get back on track. They have a meeting. The king's dead. They bring everybody in there. Alicent's there, and Otto's like, "We must now take control of everything of the 7 kingdoms. We must be the ones to take control. Aegon must be king. Yada yada yada." Alicent's like, "What are you talking about? You're talking about treason." Treason? No, it's not treason. He's the one who's destined. You told me yourself. He's going to be king. The king whispered to you right before he died that Aegon was to be king. So we're going to make him king. And one old motherfucker at the council stood up and said, "I knew Viserys. He wouldn't want this. This is bullshit." And Sir Christian Cole goes over there, grabs this motherfucker by the hair, slams his head on the table, and kills him. Right there, because anyone who stands up and goes, "Guys, we really need to think about this. Might not be the smartest decision," immediately gets put down. Anyone who stands up and says, "No, we're not with you," immediately needs to get killed, because they have to secure Aegon's reign, and the only way to do that is to kill any dissenters. Anyone saying nope. They take people that know the king is dead, they throw them in the prison underneath the keep, because they don't want any information getting out yet that the king is dead, and getting to Rhaenyra. This is the big thing. They have to keep information from getting to Rhaenyra, because if Rhaenyra shows up at the Red Keep, then it's a fight to the death over who's going to be the ruler of Westeros. If they can get Aegon out there quick enough and say, "This is your king, this is what the king wants," then they might be able to prevent a civil war. Otto wants Rhaenyra and her whole family killed. And that is when Alicent turns on him and goes, "No, that's not going to happen. I have Aegon, because there's going to be a search for Aegon. I have Aegon, and we're going to do this my way. We're going to offer Rhaenyra a deal." And guess what? Rhaenyra's not going to take a fucking deal. That's not going to... That's...
Maybe in Dragonfire. That's what I thought I did. I'm bad at geography. It's like my worst subject, so if I got some stuff wrong in this in this fantasy realm, I'm sorry.
Aegon could have stayed lost. What a waste of a human being. Aegon is almost worthless right now. There is going to become a point in the future, if they kind of keep to the story they've told in the books, which they've diverted on some of these things. Aegon's going to be a little bit better, but not by much.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Joker Voice brings up a really good point. Otto is more worried about Daemon than anyone else.
Be.
And Aegon,
Yeah.
Aegon is the one that's like, bring him to me. I want Daemon.
But before that, I must go beat off in the window again.
No, that's Aegon, not Aemon. Aemon's the one who's like, I want to fight. Aemon is the Dragon Knight. Aemon is like,
he's
Daemon.
Yeah, the other guy.
The Daemon lookalike. Okay.
I know there's so many
One-eyed
freaking
Daemon.
guys that sound and look the same. I'm thinking, wow.
Well, even if you look into the history,
Eye patch man.
you're gonna be reading and you're gonna be like, wait a minute, this guy's name's Aemon, and this guy's name's Aemon, and this guy's name's Daemon, but the stories are wrong, man. Are they going? No, because this is like, okay, what we're dealing with is Aemon the Second.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with Aemon the Second, and we're dealing with his brother Aemon.
Aegon
the
Second
and Rhaenyra. You can go in and look, here's Aegon the Fourth, and he had a brother named Aemon, and he had a son named Daemon,
and my cousin named
and
Rhaenys.
and you're just like, wow, the Targaryens really did just fuck everyone in the family.
Your grandfather Viserys, your grandson Viserys. You're like, oh dear.
God. Well,
your other grandson, your grandson Aegon, your son Aegon. You're like, oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Incest is best.
Keep
Chris Persia. Aemon is the reincarnation of Daemon while he's still alive.
So that's why he doesn't have his actual soul and he's not actually pure Daemon. That makes sense. I'm okay with that.
And Arwen makes a really good point. Aegon gets off on the brutality of children. He's a bigger shit than Cole or Otto. And he can't anymore because Otto made a deal. Otto went to the slums and made a deal. You got to get rid of all this fucking kids fighting kids shit. This ain't cricket.
You think
you got to stop this?
You're gonna hold that up? Just out of curiosity.
He has to.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure. That woman that you saw, she controls Old Town. She controls the Nickel and Dime Theater. It's not just the people in the shadows. She controls the populace. So I think if Otto dicks her over, if Otto does dick her over and doesn't do what he promised, he's in a world of shit.
Well,
his guys did find him. His guys did find him. They had him in his hands. She did the deed and did the deal, so he better follow through.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter whether
it doesn't matter to Aegon.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether Cole and Aemon got to him after that or whatever. His guys got him. It's their own goddamn fault. She's in flea bottom.
She's one of those people. Yeah,
that was the house. That was the house. That was so but she is dead because you don't see her dead. You just see her house burnt.
Oh, we don't know. There's not a body. That's rule one in the world of fiction. If there's no body, you don't know whether they're dead or not.
Yeah, don't believe the hype. Hasn't been confirmed yet. Wait for the facts. And I agree with Joker Voice about the chin. It was all about the chin. He's got a chin like Joker's because he could cut open cans with that thing.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the things that that Eris pointed out early on, because she said, "Are we not going to get Daemon in this episode?" We had an episode that does not have Matt Smith in it, does not have Daemon Targaryen in it, and it was an okay episode. It held its own. It stood up on its own and held it. This coming from someone that has said over and over again, Matt Damon, holds this show together. This was a Daemonless episode. Thank you, Man Squatch. Daemonless episode. And yet it held its own. It's not the best episode. Obviously, it doesn't have Matt Damon in it. But It held
My
its
favorite
own.
character.
It really did.
Big fan.
And it was kind of like, this has very much been a what the hell's gonna happen episode. Okay, the king's dead. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this for 8 episodes. It happened at the end of episode 8. It's now episode 9. Are we going straight to war? What's going on here? And it's the day after. We have not had many day after episodes on this show.
It kind of makes me worry a little bit because you gotta think. I mean, I know we kind of criticize the time jumps a little bit, but the fact that they didn't do one this week kind of makes me think, okay, are they going to do one next week for the finale?
No,
or are we just going to do the next day and all hell's going to break loose? Or is it going to be a hanger until next season? The
showrunners have stated that the last time jump, the 6-year one, is the last one, at least for this season. Because I'm pretty sure the entirety of the next season will be the Dances with Dragons, the civil war between the Targaryens. So I guess actually it's just green versus black, basically.
Yes. So this will just be a continued build up for, hey, stay tuned next season.
Arwen Avalon says, I adore Matt Smith in this, but the writing and acting of the others make it sound on its own. While I agree now with that, I want to say something. The first episode of this show, you can go back and you can listen to our review of the first episode of the show. I was not that impressed. I was very impressed with Matt Smith. This guy's a madman with a dragon.
Yeah.
He kept me interested the first couple of episodes. Patty did too. The King, Viserys. The acting of Patty did, but I had to get to know some of these characters and get to know some of these people. And it took a little while to warm to some of these people. I didn't know where the hell they were going with Rhaenyra and Alicent, whether they were going to be lovers or not. I hadn't read this book. So I didn't know anything about where this was going to go besides what I'd learned in Game of Thrones. Now, if you do not want to hear this next bit, because I'm going to tell you what they told us, what Joffrey told us about Rhaenyra.
He told me.
You do not want to know this. If you don't want to know this, because this is something Joffrey says in Game of Thrones, and this could be very well where they are leading this. Tune out now. I'm going to warn you. If you do not want to be spoiled by a piece of information that could very well upset you about this show, we'll give you to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I don't want to ruin anything for you, so I have warned you. You've had a fair amount of time to get away, to tune out for a minute. We found one book Loki hasn't read. That's true. Joffrey says in season 3 that that Aegon's dragon, Sunfire, eats Rhaenyra in front of her sons. And that Rhaenyra's lady-in-waiting claws her own eyes out. Watching, Joffrey said it. So Joffrey kind of ruined this. So Joker voice, I already know what's going to happen. So Sunfire, Aegon's dragon, is going to eat Rhaenyra and on Dragonstone after she thinks she's killed him. So Rhaenyra is going to go to Westeros, or go to the Red Keep, and she's going to think she kills them all. She's going to think I killed them all, and she's going to fly back to Dragonstone. This is after Daemon goes missing. She goes to the Red Keep, and then goes back to Dragonstone, and while they're going up those stairs, Aegon shows up on his dragon, and his dragon eats Rhaenyra in front of everyone.
And everyone's traumatized.
Yummy.
Crunchy and taste good with ketchup. Yes. All that's left is a leg. That's all they had left to bury was a leg. That's what Joffrey tells. That's the story Joffrey tells.
Now, to be fair, Joffrey could be lying. But I don't think he is. I think that's just a recount of the history because he really liked fucked up history and he joined that crowd of being a part of this fucked up history. So, and yeah, this dude gives me Joffrey vibes. Aegon totally gave me Joffrey vibes.
Well, this guy is not going to be a good king. And I think Allison now. See, here's the thing. This is what really people need to go back and catch. They have treated this kid. The king treated him like you're my heir, but you're not my direct heir. Rhaenyra is. So you don't ever have to worry about ruling the kingdom because Rhaenyra is going to rule the kingdom. So he's just been like, what do I have to take seriously? He's the middle child. He is the jerk off middle child that's been standing at his window jerking off on the commoners down below. And he just doesn't care. Okay? Aegon's the go-getter because Aegon's got something to prove. So he's like, I'm going to be badass at combat. I'm going to be badass at riding my dragons. I've got everything to prove because I'm the youngest and I've got to have something to prove. He's ready to be king. Aegon's sitting there like, I should be king, bitches. I'm the one out there fighting the good fight. I'm the one out there riding the biggest fucking dragon in the world. I should be king.
And by all accounts, he should be. This is when the seniority of birth really comes back and bites you in the ass when you have an established, like, generational monarchy ruled by bloodline and whenever you were born. Because it's like, well, you may not get the best person for the job, literally just because they were born before the person who is right for the job. And Allison is a
Aegon's kids are gonna. They've got problems. His wife's got problems. Everybody in this show's got problems, but it seems like getting an heir that can actually do a half decent enough job is the problem. They grab Aemon and they dress him up. The new standard will be black and gold. It will not be black and red like the previous Targaryens. His standard will be a black flag with a golden three-headed dragon on it. That's going to be Aemon's new thing, is the golden standard instead of black and red. Rhaenyra can keep the black and red, is what's going to happen. But all these people have these issues, and they're going to have to learn. Alicent, Otto, they're all going to learn that they have put a fucking freakazoid on the throne. They think that this is going to benefit them. It is not.
Oh, yeah, because you could see that too. Like when he finally gets up there and he's addressing the crowd for the first time without even saying a word, you see that turn, that character turn. The turn in his expression. He's thinking, oh man, like I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. But then he's getting the cheers. He's getting the adoration. And suddenly he's like, oh, I see. This is an ego trip. Yeah. Are you not entertained? I could see that. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, shit. This is not going to be beneficial to anybody.
In the after episode thing, they talk about how all he wanted was his father's love and approval. And so that was something he never got. And so I think he replaced his need for his father's love and approval with, hey, everyone else loves me. So who cares? So who cares about dad? I can do this. And I think, that moment where the crowd is cheering is when he's like, oh, I can do it. I can do this. This will be easy. No problem.
This job is easy.
God, man.
San Dimas High football rules.
Yeah. San Dimas High football rules. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. Now I could be wrong. We don't know yet, but obviously they portrayed that scene with a purpose, thinking because they want us to think that, like, oh shit, something bad's gonna happen. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see where that goes. Could be waiting for the death of another king.
Aegon has his own children fighting in the pits. Yes, he does.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So
I was like,
Aegon's
oh,
got
no.
Aegon's got multiple Aegon's got multiple children, bastard children that he is sired over the course of the last 10 years in the various whorehouses in Old Town.
Yeah.
And again, you start reading about some of these, like Aegon the Fourth. That started a huge rebellion when he basically recognized all the bastard children that he had, and that's something Aegon's not going to be allowed to do.
Yeah,
they have tried to keep this. I mean, imagine your mom running around, poisoning women to fix your mistakes, but she can't poison enough because you're literally fucking everything with a pulse.
Yeah.
His rule will be bloody and brief. Psychodorf 9 with a $2 super chat. Joker, are you out? It says break time is over for this clown. Have a great day, folks. Have a great day.
You next
Joker
time,
boys.
Joker. Later, brother. Yeah, bloody and brief. Are you thinking one or both? I mean, I'm sure it'll be bloody for sure. Brief, I don't know. I mean, it could be a whole absolute reign of terror, and I don't know.
Yeah, Blackfire Rebellion. Thank you, Joker. It was the Blackfire Rebellion.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be growing pains for the masses.
2,700 years old.
Wow, you don't
How
look
old
a day
Arwen is.
over.
I thought you knew Tolkien.
That's why she knows all the material.
Yeah, if anyone wants to know how old Arwen is, it's in the books.
Bacon
Read
knows
it.
best. Sizzle, sizzle. Yeah, so I don't know. It was really.
Thank you,
I know-
Psychodorf 9 for the $2 super chat, brother.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I know we touched on it briefly, and I just forgot what we were talking about. So hey, that's great. Yep. Thank you. God damn it! What was I gonna say? We're doing it live, folks. Shit. Yeah, it'll come back to me. Carry on. I
You're good.
apologize.
So, Rhaenys, my girl.
The party pooper.
Party pooper? I don't know. That was a party starter move.
I mean, yeah, okay. So yeah, because you just jogged my memory. So I know we said it. Oh my god, I got the dry voice today. So I know we said this maybe wasn't the greatest episode, and I would agree because I was sitting there and I was enjoying it, and I kept thinking, "Where's Damon? Where's Damon? What's going on here?" But it was okay. I got through it. And then we're getting up to the end here, and then Party Pooper shows up, and I'm thinking, "Wow, okay, well, way to pick it up. You waited long enough, but holy shit!" So, wow, what do you think of that? Because damn, way to make an entrance.
Love that. Beware the beast beneath the floor, or the boards. There we go. Beware the beast beneath the boards. She said that like 3 times, not just like in this episode, but like over the course of like this season. She said it like 3 times. I think Loki pointed that out yesterday. We were watching it. And,
Yeah.
Nobody takes her seriously, and she's out here telling them what's going to happen. Yeah.
Well, they'll take it seriously now. Holy shit. Flee the village. God, yeah. So I mean, what a tease too. You see that dragon rear back, and I'm thinking, oh shit, no, not like this.
Good chorus.
Yeah.
Damn
and then
it.
she's sitting up there like, nope, just wanted you guys to make sure that I'm here.
Just fucking
She
with
could have
ya.
ended.
Lol.
Okay, so she could have ended all of this right there. She could have ended all of this. She would have taken out Allison. She would have taken out Otto. She would have taken out everybody, but possibly the princes. It depends on whether they have that little ability or not.
Probably
It's
Aemond not. The
Daemon
sister,
is
I don't know.
Daemon is fireproof. We know
Yes.
that, just like Daenerys. So Daenerys wasn't the only one that had that little ability.
Yes.
So
you have to be worthy,
well,
quote unquote, with the fire in your blood. Like that's kind of how it's described, right? You have to have fire in your blood to be fireproof as a Targaryen, right?
yes. You have to have fire in your blood to be immune from fire.
Yes.
Yes. Gasoline, more or less.
Yes, basically.
So
that move was pointless. How dare you? Okay, that was my favorite scene of this episode. Josh, I'm gonna fight you after. Meet me after class.
Well, they were denying her dragon. So pretty much like, I mean, what she did, they fucking, that's just the way it is. I'm gonna break my dragon out of here and I'm gonna take my dragon fucking home. You locked me in the keep. You prevented me from getting to my dragon because you don't want me leaving. And you don't want me, oh, well, every dragon we have prevents it from being in the hands of Rhaenyra. Kiss my ass. I'm gonna take my dragon. I'm gonna get out of here. It's on Alicent and Otto. What happened to those people? Not on Rhaena.
They were gonna kill her because she's pro Rhaenyra, right? And they were gonna keep her dragon and probably give it to somebody on their team. Like that's probably what was gonna happen. And so she was just like, no.
Have a good one, Dean.
It's not her fault that they decided to be dumbasses and hold this giant ceremony in the dragon pit. Okay. I don't know.
They wanted the grandest coronation of all time. This is all on the high towers. They wanted pomp and circumstance. They wanted all of this. They wanted this huge grand deal when he became king. They wanted to convince the people that this is your king. Don't think Rhaenyra is your leader. This is your king. You don't have a queen anymore. You have a king. So this is who it's going to. And to convince them of that, they wanted this grand spectacle. Well, they fucking got one.
Yeah, for all the wrong reasons. But a spectacle is a spectacle. And they got one.
Cycle of 9 with $5 super chat. I signed for the last shovel of dirt creating the world. R1 catered the construction celebration.
Was it sausages? Was it just a sausage buffet?
Hey man, caterers don't.
Snozzberries tasted like snozzberries.
Snozzberries, and the sausages tasted like cock. I was like, hey, caterers don't get enough credit. They got a tough job getting all that prepackaged shit ready for everybody.
And I agree. There are people on this show that have acted like, how dare you say such things? How dare you do such things? How dare you act certain ways? Yeah. But then they pull their cocks out and they're like, oh, look at me. I'm a cock swinging motherfucker and do things even worse and are not held accountable for it.
Mm-hmm. Kristen Cole murders a member of the King's Council in front of the Queen, the hand of the King, and the rest of the council. And everyone's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, you didn't even clean up the mess. You can tell that was not their first dumpster fire because it happened. They're like, okay, moving on. What's next? And poor dude's just sitting there dead, making a mess at the table. I'm thinking, well, this is politics for you.
Yeah, if I was a member of that council, I would be like, well, crap, if I go against these people, I'm dead. I can't give them valid criticism anymore because my valid criticism is going to land me in jail, which anyone who knew the king died, no matter how loyal they were, it ended up in jail. Anybody that has ever been pro-Rhaenyra is dead. All right, they were going to kill Rhaenys. They were going to kill Rhaenys, or at least keep her hostage, right? Like, it within like a matter of 2 days after the king died, these people had taken over, completely kind of shown their hand, But because, like the internet doesn't exist, Rhaenyra has no idea. Her and Daemon have no idea that their father and their brother are dead. They don't even know that.
Yeah.
Let alone that there's been a coup.
Yeah. So, oh boy, when they come back, holy shingles.
Where do you think Rhaenys was going?
Yeah,
Spill that tea.
This is not over. Yeah, because she can't tweet about it, so she's gonna fly the dragon.
There's not even a local paper.
There's not even carrier pigeons. Do they have carrier pigeons?
They do. So. They have ravens. They have ravens.
Okay. All right.
They have ravens that take notes to different places.
Well, I guess making an entrance on a dragon and flying there yourself is gonna make more of an impact. Hey guys, by the way, King's dead. Come back. See you later. Yeah. Who knows?
Oh, I didn't know about that. The Hightowers changed their name to Clinton in the modern age. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, bring me my cigars. I'll be in the Oval Office. Oval Office.
Saxophone.
With Jax.
With Jax.
Nobody out there is gonna get that, but
oh god.
No,
it's funny. It's funny. I'll bring this up really quick. Before we talk about our final thoughts about this episode and get out of here. So I found out that that there is a sequel to a really, really good old game called Sins of a Solar Empire yesterday. And the new alpha is coming out on it's going to be coming out on Epic soon.
Oh, okay.
So Epic's going to have the 1-year exclusivity while they go through alpha and beta to get everything ready. Right now, there's going to be one faction. This is coming out at the end of the month. You get one faction to play with. That's it. I played through the original, and I used to do some videos. One of the videos I did was Star Trek Armada 3, which was a mod for Sins, and got me into looking at all the old stuff I made yesterday. Star Trek stuff, and looked at some YouTube videos you and I worked on together.
Wow.
Back in the day.
Way back in the day.
Yesterday. I was looking at stuff we worked on
memories.
On the corner of my mind.
Misty watercolor memories of how we were nerds.
Were nerds?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to continue?
Grab my shovel and just dig myself a hole. Down in a hole. Yeah. Oh, man. So anyway, all right. Yeah, that's cool. I never even heard of that series before.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to be coming out. It just reminded me of things yesterday that I was thinking about that I was like, wow.
Wow. Time flies, man. Yeah.
Time flies.
And here we are. Not much has changed.
Not much has changed.
We're still nerds. We're just broadening our horizons.
Much happier nerds. Cole gets away with bashing people to death, and it's like, oh, just put away thy sword, Sir Cole. We'll clean up later.
I know. I still couldn't believe that. I know that was the whole point, to say, all right, dead, carry on. But I'm thinking, I think
they were all getting the people to the coronation. They were all out in the streets, and they were all bringing people in for coronation. Josh. I don't think there were any guards deep down in the pits because they didn't think anybody was going to get down there. And if they did, they would have gotten eaten by a fucking dragon. Think about it. Why do you have to really have a bunch of guards when anybody that goes down there will get eaten by a fucking dragon? And they don't expect her, of all people, to be out of the keep and in that area.
She thought they were locked up, right? That's why they locked her up. Was it Sir Eric, I think, is the brother that came and got her? He unlocked the door. She was locked in there, held hostage until she came with a decision, and then probably would have been killed if she hadn't agreed.
And
the captain of the guard, sorry.
And Man Squatch, you are exactly right. It's one of those games where, oh, hey, you know what? You just start playing 2 galaxies later, 3 hours have passed, and you're like, well, shit.
Yeah, been there.
I'm
We've
not
all
getting
been there.
anything done today.
Yeah, I was hoping to get some things done today, but no, who the hell knows? But yeah. But man, way to make an entrance and one hell of an exit.
So Cole's going to be the head of the Kingsguard. Cole's going to be in charge of the Kingsguard.
This insane, unstable human is the head of the Kingsguard.
Yeah, you can already tell that that fabric is going to have some tears in it.
So, to me, before we give our final thoughts on this, before we get into reading, to me, who is the least likely to be responsible for the deaths of a whole bunch of civilians, and who's the least likely to fuck everybody over and have a whole bunch of people murdered just so they can be in charge? I will never trust Allison, no matter how. No. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. What you're talking about is treason, and oh well, we have Your Majesty.
I thought I was
we have been.
Oh no, Loki!
Oh shit! The airlock is open! The airlock is open! Warp 6, man! Game over!
We were doing so good!
Abandoned ship!
Trying to get rid of you,
Abandoned ship! Get the fuck to the lower decks!
I don't like you.
Yeah, they were trying to get rid of you, Zero. That's the only way we can get rid of you is the airlock being open.
It's a short in the USB controller, and I'm gonna have the whole thing replaced. Because when this happens, my keyboard flashes too, and my keyboard is plugged into the same USB controller. So I'm gonna have to get the whole USB controller.
The pains of technology.
Which what I might do is just have a computer for streaming and have a computer for gaming.
Yeah, might not be a bad way to go. So yeah, to go back. Oh God, who do I think will be responsible? Someone just. Oh yeah, and Queen Allison.
Everybody in the show has screwed somebody over.
Yeah, I mean, right away
in the show has lied and cheated and done something absolutely horrible for their shot at being in charge. But who is the least horrible? Out of all these fucks that want to run everything and be in charge, who's the least horrible?
The ones that are already dead.
That's still alive. Yeah, well, Viserys was actually I think the only thing kind of keeping this realm together.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of a toss up between. I mean, we got the new captain of the Kingsguard, who's just an unstable fucking mental case. We've got Queen Foot Fetish, who knows what the hell is going to go on there. I mean, that's just kind of strange. And then you got the new king. So I don't know. It's hard to pick between the three of them, and I know more candidates are probably going to pop up at some point. But I'm thinking, God damn, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
And just because I think they would be good at ruling and be better does not mean that they would be good. You know what I mean? If you're talking about in comparison, I'm Team Black. I mean, I think pretty much everyone is Team Black at this point. But
yeah, I mean, you could be a great ruler for all the wrong reasons. You know, if your intentions are noble, that's one thing. If your intentions are evil, you could still get it done. You know, you could go out there and set out to do exactly what you want to do and get it done. And you could be completely evil. That doesn't mean you were bad at it. It means you got it done. So, I mean, yeah, it's, God, it's the joys of the politics of the kingdom. So who knows? Because there's a lot of candidates out there.
Elena's been saying that for a couple episodes now, which means she's been saying it for a couple of years now. There's a beast beneath the boards.
She keeps doing spider stuff. I want to know what this spider thing is that she uses. So she was obsessed with the spider a few episodes ago. She's now sewing a spider. You know, I'm like, okay, so what is this spider thing? Because I'm starting to really, whenever she is talking or like kind of in the center stage moment, however brief that is, I'm very focused on her now because she's able to call stuff out. Like apparently in a previous episode, she was when Aemond was young and complaining about not having a dragon, Helena was saying, it'll cost you an eye. And that just, everyone just kind of blew over that. Nobody really remembered that or acknowledged that until it came true. This time she says there's a beast beneath the board, like beware the beast, right? And guess what? That came
surprise
true.
Oh yeah.
So anything she says, I'm gonna be like laser focused on now, because she's a seer. She's proven herself time and time again. Nobody pays attention, but she's telling everyone what's happening. A little cryptically, but
she's spinning the webs of lies, deceit, destruction, and betrayal.
Well, that's why we had the spider in Game of Thrones, Project Cambrian. And his little flies.
Supper's ready. Oh my. So, you guys, final thoughts. Unless there's anything else you want to hammer out.
Not a whole lot happened, really, because it was just talking about the death of the king. So I think we kind of covered most of it. A lot of it's like things are just coming to a head because everyone knows what's going to happen. The dance with dragons, that's a coming. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
And they are rushing, but at the same time, I think they're trying to prolong it a little bit because they want the majority of the next season to be that fight, because everyone's waiting for a bunch of dragon fighting. Who doesn't want that?
And Jeebus,
oh god,
Wendy already came after Zero this morning and called him her little maple bear.
Fuck's sakes.
It's beautiful.
My little maple bear claw.
Oh god, I'm not eating today. Thanks a lot. Anyway, thanks a lot. Yeah,
we did kind of skip over that.
Cringe.
I mean, was that necessary? I mean, he's sitting there, and then he tucks his hand. I'm thinking, oh, dude, really?
No.
Wow. But the funniest thing was when, oh god, she's not here. Don't worry, it's not here. So she takes her shoes off. And thinking, okay, is she just trying to rub it in his face that I have feet? And then she takes her leggings off. Oh, look, I have toes and they don't look deformed. And then he reaches in and starts doing the job. I'm thinking, you have got to be kidding me. And she's just sitting there like, yep, enjoy it. Like, oh, god damn.
Yeah.
Ugh. No thanks.
Project Storytime says, I just hope that they won't forget this. Rhaenyra, or however the hell the hell you spell it, killed many innocent people. It's not in the book. She was already gone when the king died.
Really? Fascinating. I didn't know that wasn't in the book. Well, I guess that makes sense because this is kind of... Josh, I know I'm fighting with you on this, but I do believe that you are in your own way correct, that the peasants definitely wouldn't want the person that... I don't know. They wouldn't want her ruling, that's for sure. And I don't know if she would have made a good queen. I don't think we'd even be in this situation if Rhaenys would queen, because, Alicent Hightower wouldn't have any power. Neither would the Hightowers, because she would have married Corlys. So, you know what I mean?
You got groupies, dude.
I am facing the complete opposite direction, just enjoying my morning coffee. So I don't know what you're talking about. No. You wait till the show happens, Wendy. You wait, because something's coming and you're not going to like it.
Oh, I think she wants something coming.
Son of a bitch, I knew
think
it was going
that this is it's a little different bit of an episode because it happens back to back with the last one.
Yeah. We're not kind of not used to that consistency.
Yeah. We're used to these time jumps. So this is an unusual thing where at the beginning, we're kind of like, wow, time jump. Another time jump. I don't think I've ever watched a series with so many time jumps. And now they don't do a time jump. And I'm kind of like, wait, this is the next day? How odd.
Yeah.
But they kind of had to get there. That foot scene made Quentin Tarantino very happy. Oh,
oh my god, is he a foot person? Oh no.
There was some question about that because of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Why in the House of Dragon tag on Twitter, I kept seeing people saying this episode like there were so many edits of this episode like being like directed by Quentin Tarantino. And I was just like, what? Why? Okay, that makes sense now. All right, thank you.
Yeah. So,
I was not aware.
The Witcher.
Has to pay.
What about The Witcher? Is The Witcher coming back? Are we getting season 3 of The Witcher? Because I want to say
I
was kind of disappointed
about that show.
with the season 2 of The Witcher. It was just It was like, man, that season 1, who wasn't walking around going, toss a coin to your Witcher and singing that song? Everybody wanted that song. I got the vinyl. I went out of my way to get cool shit for The Witcher after season 1, and then season 2 comes along, and it's just like, And
I've never seen.
You've never seen what?
Witcher.
Oh, you should definitely watch the first season.
Oh my god, how much homework are you all going to make me do?
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of fantasy.
Maybe someday we'll get around to it. Whoa. So, do you either of you have final? All right, fuck off. Do any of you have ignored? Do any of you have a final? I didn't summon shit.
You summoned
yes, you
her.
did. You dared her to come back. Okay.
Then I
Ain't no
banished you.
skanky hoe here that can keep me away from my maple bear, especially Leia Rose.
You are all fighting for the
Toss a foot to
wrong
the cripple.
reasons.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. May I lend you a hand? Maybe a foot.
Oh my god, that took me by such surprise because I was kind of
Holy
thinking
shit.
the toss a coin to your Richard song in my head. And
The airlock's
oh no, the airlock!
Abandoned ship. Abandoned ship. All right. So, Lady Eris,
we gotta wrap up now.
do you have a final grade for this episode?
Oh, I want to do a 7.5.
That's twice.
I think that's
in one show. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's not
We're
good.
over our
7.5. I think is what I'm gonna give it. I do love Rayness doing that. I can't. I was over there saying Dracarys, and then she just yells, and I'm like, man, she really just. I really wish she would have done that, but at the same time, god damn it, that was beautiful. Because you got Aegon cowering, you got Aemon just like, bring it on. You kind of just saw the actual personalities of these people. There's a good comparison of Rhaena sitting there with her head held high and Alicent ducking her head, bowing kind of before her. The king, the newly anointed king, cowering behind his mommy. And crying, by the way. He's literally crying into her shoulder.
Oh my god.
Of a dragon. A Targaryen is cowering in fear over a dragon. That's your new king, people. And I just there was a lot of good stuff, but at the same time, man, I just it felt like something was missing, and I want to say it was Damon, but I don't think it was. The Damon,
foot was missing.
I don't know. Oh my god!
Gotta get loose. Foot loose. Kick off the queen's green shoes.
I think this was a 7
in my meat. Beating it in the street.
Bad. We're not giving the foot fetishists a fucking kick.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I'd real quick, I'd agree with you. I was towards the end of the episode, I was thinking it's kind of a 7 for me. And then that little entrance at the end, that kind of bumped it up another 0.3 / maybe 4 points. So yeah, they're probably 74, 75 for me. Not the greatest episode, but certainly gave us a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Which has kind of been consistent throughout every episode this season thus far. We can say that much.
Yeah. So I think that, so around the 7.5 is a solid, and I also know coming up, what's generally this was this little appetizer. This was your little appetizer. It's like num num num, and then the real main course is going to start next episode and continue on, I think.
Yeah.
So a 5, man, Josh. You're out here handing out 5s. Oh,
maybe 6. Maybe 6. He could go a little bit higher.
6. Maybe a 6. Okay.
Yeah. Loki, before you get thrown out the airlock again, your final thoughts?
I think that if Aegon was a real man, as much as he talks shit about impregnating so many women and knowing how to be a real man, if he was a real man, he would have stepped in front of his mother. I think Aemon would have stepped in front of his mother and been like, get behind me. And if that dragon would have roasted him, his mother might have been saved. You don't know. You don't know how they would have done it. If she would have if he would have stood and took the blast and been fine, maybe she would, be alive. I don't know. But you would think he would have stepped in front. Instead, this little fucking twat, this twat waffle, is hiding behind his mom. This is your king, ladies and gentlemen. This is the man you chose to be king. What the Hightowers do not understand, what Alicent and what Otto have yet to realize is they have entrusted their future to a jerk-off idiot son.
Damn right.
Aemond is a dragon knight. Aemond is going to be the head of the King's Guard. Aemond is going to be an absolute fucking badass. Aemond is Daemon 2.0. Yes, those two, absolutely.
Daemon Light.
And we're going to see a lot of things in the future. That I think are going to be really good. I think this series is coming out to be really good. I can't wait to see more. They have changed some things up. They have altered some things in the books. I cannot wait to watch more. We're only going to get one more episode of this. And compared to what we used to review on Fridays, this has been a gem of a show to watch. When you have good television, ladies and gentlemen, when you have good entertainment that you can watch, that you can enjoy, that you can talk about, it makes it all worth it. I understand why people are like, I don't want to talk about and I don't want to watch something that I don't like. I get it. I don't do Marvel anymore. I don't do any Marvel. I don't do any Star Wars. I don't do any Disney because I do not want to talk about that company in any way, shape, or form. It's all dead to me. So I get not wanting to talk about something you do not like. Why did we do Lord of the Rings? Because we actually had a very good time and we enjoyed watching it together. I don't think I could have gotten through that watching it by myself. But I had a good time with Project Storytime. I had a good time with Arwen. I had a good time with Starry-Eyed Girl. I had a good time with the people that watched it. Dave Bob. We had a good time enjoying it and watching it together. But it's a shit show. It's a 0. It's an absolute fucking 0. But it's so bad that we actually laughed at it and enjoyed ourselves while we watched it.
The pleasure of the company made it bearable. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because
you get.
It's sorry. I'm just. It's because we've hammered on stuff that we just dislike to our grave, and it's exhausting after a time. You know what I mean? Like it's tough to talk about. It's like, oh, well, how much more shit can we talk about this? What can we say about this? And as if I were in the audience, I'm thinking, oh God, how much longer are they going to rant and rave about this? So I appreciate you guys sticking through it every single time we said, fuck this guy and fuck that. But it just makes our job more easier to talk about stuff we like. And I'm sure it's more enjoyable for chat as well. So I'm glad we've had the opportunity thus far to discuss House of Dragons. On a consistent basis too. My God, almost 10 weeks in and we're still here.
That's right. Saj Melody says, I think they realize what frauds D&D Milli Vanilli were. And this show is their apology. I agree. I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
So, and that's what frauds the guys over at Amazon are. Those two fucks over at Amazon. That's what they are.
Didn't they get rid of the people that are currently running this show? On Amazon?
Yes, they did. The people that are currently kicking ass every week on House of the Dragon are the people they got rid of over at Amazon when they were working on Lord of the Rings. Chris Fergus says Aegon is what Viserys would have become if he too was poorly raised. Alicent is a horrible parent, whereas Daemon and to a certain point Rhaenyra are good parents.
Yeah, I'd say Damon's actually a pretty solid parent, from what I've seen. Rhaenyra seems to be, way better. I'm comparing the two, and it's like, I don't ever, when Aegon said, "Do you love me?" in the carriage to Allison, and Allison doesn't even say it. She just is like, "You imbecile." And I'm like, well, that's their entire relationship. I don't know. I felt, except like, instead of like her smiling and saying "you imbecile," it's just like, yeah, you're just not going to say it, are you, Allison? Because you actually don't.
Well, it also brings up this very good point. What do you get when you do not have a strong male role model to follow? Because he didn't. His father didn't have really anything to do with him. So the person that has had the most to do with Aegon is his mother.
Oh, dear.
What happens when there is no male role model to say, hey, and slap you on the back of your fucking head and say, that's a scullery maid. We don't fuck scullery maids. You don't stick your Targaryen trident in a scullery maid, you idiot boy. But I want to bang. No, we don't bang everything. And you get a guy there to tell him that, and to whack him on the back of the head and say, keep your shit in your pants and keep your shit straight. Okay? There has been no male role model for him to follow. Only his mother. And his mother's constantly on his ass, and this is what got him attention. Fucking everything, jerking off on windowsills, all this shit that he's done in this show is what has gotten his mother's attention.
Yeah,
so that's what he's done.
Wasn't he missing for like 2 days? And then he was like, oh my God, he has to go. No, he had been missing for an entire night.
Single mothers and weak men fall of every civilization.
We're all gonna die, man.
The only reason they cared to go find Aegon was because they had to go make him king before Rhaenyra figured out what was happening.
See you later, Kendra.
Yeah, bye.
Adios, muchacho.
We're getting out of here. I know we've gone over.
Yeah.
We've
gone over.
It's fine. But
well,
we're gonna get out of here.
It's because we it's because we have fun with it. We enjoy talking about this.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. And it's a good show. It's a good show that I actually like talking about.
Yeah. So we got one more to go. So, man, it's all going to come to a head next week, or it could not. They could leave us on another hanger.
We've got it. We know we've got a season 2. So we know we've got a season 2. There are people talking about a season 3, but from what I understand, there's just going to be 2 seasons of this. Will we get stuff after this is over? I think we will. I think we're going to get, I think HBO every couple of years is going to gear up for more Game of Thrones.
Well, I mean, you could easily do it that way too. Cause I mean, if you want to have the set goal of saying, all right, we'll do 1, maybe 2 seasons. We'll see how it goes. If it's successful, we'll do another, but we could do a totally different story. We could do a totally different timeline. You break it all up. That way your ideas are still fresh. You still have a lot more material to work with. So who knows? They could do it like that. Because really, they've got a lot of years worth of material they could hammer out. So they could do it that way.
I mean, this is, from what I understand, this House of the Dragon's only the second half of the book of Fire and Blood. So we still have a first half of the book, if they so desire. And I think that's Aegon the Conqueror coming in and establishing the Targaryens in Westeros. So that's what the first part of the book is about.
Have a great day, Ryan. Guys, everybody out there, have a great day. We are gearing up for ValhallaCon this week. We are meeting in Arlington Friday night at Free Play Arcade in Arlington. We're going to have an absolutely wonderful time hanging out, chilling, having a good time, partying with friends, and we are going to do the Retro Palooza Con this weekend for ValhallaCon. We will be there. We will be there to represent. I cannot wait. Mexican Iron Man, Snow Dub, Eris of Chaos. It's going to be absolutely killer getting to see everybody. A Ptolemy's Minion, Akimi Mara, Daryl the Derelict. So many wonderful people coming out to hang out at Retro Palooza and a Psychodorp night. I can't wait to see everybody. Can't wait to hang out with everybody. Dave, Bob, and his wife are going to be there. We've got posters. We've got T-shirts. We're going to have an absolutely wonderful time. We're going to watch Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan Director's Cut at the Hilton Saturday night between 7 and 10 p.m. We're going to have some pizzas, some drinks, hang out at the Hilton, and watch that movie on a projection screen. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see everybody. Until then, guys, be great. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And we'll see you guys next Monday for the aftermath of BalhalaCon. Take care, everybody.
San Dimas High football rules.
Oh my god.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.